Okay. So now we are going to start with the next part, that is to understand what is bookkeeping, what is accounting, and what is accountancy. Okay, because these three words are used interchangeably sometimes, but these are not similar. These are all different. So what is the difference between all the three? So what is first we will deal with what is bookkeeping. First we'll deal with what is bookkeeping. So bookkeeping is a part of accounting. It is a part of accounting and it is concerned with. So what is bookkeeping concerned with? Bookkeeping is concerned with first, identifying financial transactions and events. Second, measuring in the terms of money. Then we have to measure in the terms of money. Third, record the financial transactions and events in a chronological order. You remember I had introduced you to this word in the previous class. Chronological order means a sequential order. Like if today is 8th, if I talk about the chronological order. So if a transaction which has happened at 9 a.m. and if the transaction which has happened at 9 p.m., which should come first? 9 a.m. transaction should come first in the books and 9 p.m. transaction should come second in the book. You can't say that, okay, it's anyways a 8th April transaction, whether it's 9 p.m. or 9 a.m., whatever, you can just shuffle and record. No. And the third one is after recording, it has to be bookkeeping classifies the recorded transactions and events and posts them into ledger account. So if I talk about bookkeeping, your journal plus ledger, these are your books. So in journal is also called books of original entry, and ledger we have various other accounts and sub accounts. So we will be further summarizing it into the ledger. So if you see here, what is bookkeeping? Bookkeeping, if you remember all this thing, IMRC, this you don't break, don't interchange and break the flow, because it is like a process. First you can identify, first you have to identify what you are identifying, whether it is financial in nature or not. Then you have to measure. After measure, you will be recording first in the journal. Okay, so when it comes to recording, we are recording in journal. And when it comes to classification, we are classifying it into ledger. And the classification happens in ledger. So you can't say that I will first classify, then record, then identify, and then measure. No, you can't do this. So this is the process. IMRC, identify, measure, record, and then classify. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we'll go to the next part. What is the definition of bookkeeping? Bookkeeping is an art of recording in the books of accounts the monetary aspect of commercial and financial transactions. So what are we recording and classifying in the books? We are repeating the various things. Why we are repeating? Because from the day one, whatever we are studying, bookkeeping is again a part of accounting. So you can see that there is a similarity. Don't get confused that, okay, accounting definition is also same, bookkeeping definition is also the same. Now we will be also doing differences, that why bookkeeping and accounting, how they are different. Okay, so just hold on. So other definition of bookkeeping is an art of recording business dealings in a set of books. And what are the set of books here? I just now said journal and ledger are your set of books. Then third, bookkeeping is the science and art of recording. What is bookkeeping? It can be called as a science. Why? Because what is science? Science is a methodical way of doing something. And what is arts? Arts is more creative way of doing something. So bookkeeping is both a science as well as art. Okay, it's a science and art of recording correctly in the books of accounts all the business transactions that result in transfer of money or money's worth. So this whole sentence means financial transactions. Financial transactions. Okay. And the last one is bookkeeping is the art of recording business transactions in a systematic manner. So whichever definition you feel like, you can write for yourself. But what I feel is this is nice. If you understand the meaning of bookkeeping, you can actually make your own definition. Just remember this IMRC.
Yes, ma'am.
You can start with bookkeeping is a part of accounting and it is concerned with identifying financial
Mhm.
transactions. Yeah, same thing. I'll not repeat it. Then next, we have covered what is bookkeeping. Now we are moving on to accounting. What is accounting? Okay. So again, you will see the same thing here. Accounting is an art of recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpreting the results thereof. So just now I said bookkeeping and accounting. What was the mnemonic we had made for bookkeeping?
IMRC.
IMRC. Now, what is accounting? Accounting is an art of recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpreting. See, we just learned the meaning and definition of both in just 4 alphabets.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is R stands for? R stands for recording,
Recording.
classifying, summarizing, and identifying. So what are we recording? We are recording same thing, all the financial transactions, classifying all the financial transactions in the books of accounts, summarizing the financial data in the balance sheet, classifying in recording in journal, classifying in ledger, summarizing in balance sheet, and sorry, not identifying, by mistake I've written identifying, it's interpreting. Okay, so this is interpreting. After summarizing this, we interpret. Where do we interpret? Who interprets? Management accounting or financial accounting?
Management.
Management accounting. Okay, management accounting interprets. So now management accounting is one of the branch of accounting, so it comes here. And this is done by your financial accounting. And interpretation is done by management accounting. Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
accounting is a much wider concept. Accounting is a much wider concept than bookkeeping. And accounting starts when the bookkeeping ends. Once again, I will read. Accounting starts where the bookkeeping ends. Now, what was bookkeeping? Again, identification, measuring,
Measuring. Recording.
recording, and
Classifying.
classification. See, now you can understand something. So here accounting starts with recording, classifying, summarizing and interpretation is not done by bookkeeping. So after this IMRC, then after the bookkeeping ends, then the here accounting starts. Are you able to understand when I've written it?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So once the bookkeeping ends, then the accounting starts. It's like after you go to school, then your formal study starts. Till now, you're just understanding the whole, you're just doing some kind of, you are warming up for your new session. You're using your time. And so that's why accounting is a wider concept than bookkeeping. It starts where the bookkeeping ends. In other words, bookkeeping is a part of accounting. So bookkeeping is just a part of accounting because accounting also has recording and classifying. So recording and classifying is a part of bookkeeping. So you can see here accounting includes aspect of bookkeeping. Thus, bookkeeping is a part of accounting. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then, next. Next, we will be coming on to what is the difference between bookkeeping, accounting. Okay. So first look at the scope. Scope means what does it cover? Bookkeeping is concerned with identifying, measuring, recording, and classifying. I have just now said. Accounting is concerned with summarizing, recording, and interpreting and communication. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I am RC,
RC.
and this is
RC.
R-
SI.
RC
SI.
SM. SM. RC
I-
SI. RC SI.
Yes.
Recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpreting. Interpreting and communicating, they have not used the word. So after interpretation, it has to be communicated. RCSI. Now stage. If we talk about the stage, first bookkeeping is done. After where the bookkeeping ends, then the accounting starts. So who comes first?
Bookkeeping.
Bookkeeping comes first. Like after your standard 11 ends, then you go to standard 12.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
11th comes first. So bookkeeping comes first. So it is primary at stage. It is at primary stage means starting stage. And accounting is secondary stage because it begins where the bookkeeping ends.
Bookkeeping.
Then we come to the objective. What is the objective of bookkeeping? The objective of bookkeeping is to maintain systematic records of financial transactions. This is the objective of bookkeeping. To maintain systematic record of financial transactions, whereas the objective of accounting is to ascertain net results of operations and financial position and to communicate the information to the interested parties. To ascertain the net results, what can be the net results? The business can earn either profits or loss. It cannot earn profits as well as loss. So the objective of accounting is to ascertain the net results of operations. What operation? Not surgery operation. Here the operation is business operation. And financial position. And what will, how will the financial position come? Like how our medical reports come in a sheet. Similarly, a business financial information about its health and vitality will come in the balance sheet. There are lots of things like how we have so much of, when you get a blood test done, there are so many parameters. So similarly, there are so many other things in management accounting. You will use ratio analysis. There will be ratios and there will be numbers and data to explain the health of a business. So that is done by accounting. So here the objective is to ascertain the net results and the financial position. And after ascertaining what happens? It has to be communicated. It has to be interpreted and communicated. Okay. Once you get your blood test done, just imagine the blood test, the center, whatever I call it, Thyrocare or whatever. If they are not giving you the reports, will it make any sense? Will your the whole objective of getting a blood test? No. So
No.
your blood test has to be converted into a data. And that data, whether it is falling in the parameter or not or whatever, then they have to communicate it to you. Then
Yes.
only it will make sense. Next. Now the nature of job. What is the nature of job? This job is routine in nature. Why it is routine in nature? Because every day the business is transacting. So every day we will be having RC, SM. Every day, sorry, not RCSM, IMRC. So every day every day there will be identification, measuring, recording, and classification happening on every day basis. Whereas financial accounting is not done every day. Every day a profit and loss account statement and balance sheet is not made. So the job is more analytical and dynamic in nature. It's more analytical and dynamic in nature, and this is more routine in nature. Even if you see financial accounting is also done every day, but the main, if you look at the objective of bookkeeping is to maintain the books on daily basis, routine basis, whereas the objective of financial accounting is to generate profit and loss account and balance sheet at the end of the year.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
the accountant is not required to make P&L account and profit and loss account and balance sheet every day. So that is how it differs. Though there are certain aspects of financial accounting which are done every day. Because even financial accounting also talks about recording and classifying data. But interpreting and communicating is not happening every day. Even summarizing is also not happening every day. Now, performance. So who performs it? So if you see, go to the hospital, there are some junior doctors, then nurses, they go on rounds daily. So their job is more routine in nature. Whereas the main surgeons or the head of departments of various, departments like orthopedics and call it as dermatologists, psychiatrists, they don't come to the patients every day for routine checkup. They go for main things, right? Similarly, junior staff performs this function because it is routine in nature. And then senior staff performs this function. Senior staffs here are more like chartered accountants, cost and management accountants, and this is more junior staff. So when you will be doing CA now, if you go for do CA, then you will have to do something called articleship. Articleship is like more like training. When you're article in some firm, you will be doing this job of bookkeeping. Okay, so you'll be like a trainee, so that you will be performing bookkeeping. And then relation, if you talk about relation, bookkeeping is the basis for accounting. Bookkeeping is the basis for accounting, because if bookkeeping is not done, accounting cannot be done, because
Yes,
again,
ma'am.
accounting begins where the bookkeeping ends. You
Yes.
cannot tell that I will not do 11th. Anyways, in board exams, my 12th standard chapter portion will come. So why to study 11th? You cannot understand 12 concepts until and unless you do your 11th. So accounting begins where the bookkeeping. And special skills, do we require special skills? For bookkeeping, it's more mechanical in nature. So anyone, if I explain you today that daily transactions are coming, just go on writing it in ledger like this and journal and ledger like this. You will be able to understand it. Even a non-accounting student will be able to do bookkeeping if they are made to understand the basics of accounting. But as far as financial accounting is concerned, cost accounting is concerned, and management accounting is concerned, you must have the license to practice accounting. That means you should be a member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Then only you will be able to sign the reports, and that annual report will be valid. Even though I teach accounting, I have lots of knowledge in accounting. If I ask the company that, okay, I anyways know how to read accounting, I know how to, find out errors and stuff. My signature will not be valid because I'm not a authorized member of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. So just having the knowledge also is not enough. So here, if you look at this, bookkeeping is more mechanical in nature and does not require special skills, whereas accounting requires special skills and ability to analyze and interpret. That is why we have this degree of chartered accountants. And there are lots. We have CFAs, chartered financial accountants, we have cost and management accountants, cost accountants, a lot. Then next. So what is accounting? What is accountancy? So I think I'll just stop here because then we have 1 minute and the meeting will get over. I'll be stopping here only.
Yes, ma'am.